I heard that if you bag a copperhead, you can't get bit by one. Don't hold me liable, but word of mouth. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Connor O'Reilly with Team Lone Star Disc and Team OTB Discs, and today we're here for day 14 of Vlogmas, just over the halfway point. It's been so much fun bringing you guys tons of different courses. You know our drill, 25 courses in 25 days. It's a lot to keep up with, and I gotta thank Megan for her crisp editing and filming skills. She's been killing it. And yeah, like I said, it's been really exciting to be throwing this new Lone Star plastic, learning it alongside the viewers. And hopefully I've turned a lot of you guys onto some of the sweet Texas-made plastic. Day 14 is one of those even number days, and that means, thanks to the gracious people at Lone Star, one of our 12 one-month saddle up subscription boxes is up for grabs. So hit the description below to see how to win one of those. Every one of those boxes is gonna have a piece of merch and 2 discs. One of the discs is gonna be in the Founders plastic, which is out in the fairway. We're gonna show it to you guys in a second after I throw hole 1. So the Founders plastic has to be some of the best feeling plastic out of the lineup, and I'm really taking a liking to it. I can't wait to add more to my bag. Well, I forgot to tell you, we're still in Houston, Texas. Some of you guys might recognize this hole off the bat. We're at Texas Army Trail. I believe one of the hosting courses of 2018, 2017 Texas States. One of those 2 years, right kind of after I started getting into the game, and I remember watching a little bit of the coverage. I know Yulubari got an ace on hole 18 or something. It looks like a pretty basic starter. I mean, wide open off the tee, pick your poison, 350 feet. You do have that scattered tree line kind of creating a wall in front of the basket. So from this distance, it's really hard to pick exactly which gap you want to, but I think it's still important to be specific, choose a gap, because then even if you miss, hopefully it's just by a little bit. A little chalk up real quick, you know, the winter clammy hands. I'm going with the spur here on hole 1. I've been loving this disc. Only have like 20 throws with it, but I already feel like I know it so well. And I want an ace, so I know this thing will give me a chance to skip in. Oh, she's stable. Hit a tree. There's just a hawk or a little falcon that flew down after that disc or something like that. That was pretty cool. Kind of early release. We got a long putt though. Oh, gotta look out for those mosquitoes out here. Ooh. Mosquitoes tried to razzle dazzle me, but I can't be razzled with the blue bun in my hand. Hole 2 is only a few feet longer than the last one, 368 feet here. Pretty similar style, except for instead of a wall of trees, there's this one distinguished oak on the right side and pretty thick wall on the left side. Pick your poison. I'm gonna go with the Ranger, showcase how long flying this mid-range really is. Little hyzer out of the hand, stands up. Woo! Nestled up on that tree. What a gift that disc is. Such a good straight flyer. A mid-range, I think a beginner or a pro, anybody in between can enjoy. All right, nested up in the roots of this tree. Got to straddle out. I don't know if I've ever played on Mach 7 baskets, so I'll give you guys my review by the end of the round. So far, like the visibility, chain steel heavy enough, solid. From what I've heard of Texas Army Trail, I expected thick woods, really even from the start, but we're starting kind of in this drainage area, and I'm guessing we're gonna get back into the woods. We have another similar hole, 360 feet, wall of trees late. There is a gap coming in from the right side of the basket, and I'm gonna go back to that Ranger. This time play a bit more of the hyzer flip instead of the straight penetrating shot. All right, able to nab the first 3 birdies to start. That's how we like to go. Pad the stats before we get to the woods, because I've heard they're difficult. Hole 4 offers a little bit of variety, at least the distance being close to 400. Another tucked away par 3, just out of sight past that one tree you can see on the hillside. I'm gonna go warbird, put a little turn out of the hand just the way this gap forces it. Watch out for this low hanging tree. Tall guy check. All right, should be good. Not a huge fan of this though. I think it could go. Doesn't really change the shot. It's a little dangerous, really. Fade back. I'm liking that. If I can get some dry ground play and get a big skip. Oh no. That's got to be way longer than they have it measured at. There's no way this hole's less than 400 feet. Okay, maybe, I think that pin that you can see on the ground just past the tree is 390, so the new pin tucked away, definitely quite a bit longer than that. So I don't know, kind of a tweener hole here. We know what disc thrives in this 100-foot range, and that's the armadillo. Great for short bids, playing it soft, keeping it close. Nestled up just long for a decent feeling par. Next time I'll maybe play a bit of a straighter warbird to try to get some more distance. Either way, this one's playing all of like 470 on hyzer. Good 100 feet almost behind this other pin. Now we know the Dillo can putt or can approach, but let's see how she putts. I mean, if you like it, do what's best for you. By the way, we were mentioning that Founders plastic earlier, and here it is. Nice and grippy, still some good stiffness in the hand. You really gotta flex it for it to flex. And this one's in the glow plastic as well, so a little bonus. Got the sparkly boys for extra fanciness. Hole 5 offers our true first variety we've seen in the course. 362 feet this time. Pretty sharp dog leg starting at about 280 feet. So that last 80 feet or so, you're gonna have to take with some ground play unless you wanna just finesse the height. So I don't know, maybe I will try to air it there, get a little skip at the end. I'm going with the spur here. Medium height, touch of hyzer. A little wide, can it fade? Oh my gosh, it gets through everything. That's the local love. Lone Star plastic in these Houston woods. Recipe for success. Yeah, a bit deceptive here. You really gotta fly it pretty far left before you even hit the ground. And I just put this V2 penny putter in the bag because that blue mont's nice and stable, so I need something to complement it for the long and hyzer putts, just like this. Well, you can see the shape, just needed the height a little better. Either way, I think that penny putter is gonna open up some options for me on the long circle 2 putts. That's pretty cool. It's made of concrete, but etched to make it look like some tree bark. Always fun to have nice little art pieces on the course. Maybe there was an old tree that was here that kind of blocked the basket, or someone kick-aced off it, so when the tree fell, they decided to replace it. I like it. Hole 6 is 328 feet. It's gonna force you from the left to the right for the first time on the course. Really pinched for the forehand though, doesn't really set up for that type of left to right shape. A lot better for the backhand turning shot that's kind of fighting out the pan to flat at the end. The Artemis should range out perfectly for me. Aim it at that leaning, darker Y tree out there on enough ante to hold and fight out. I mean, that's pretty much the shot I was describing to you guys. That Artemis is a great straight flyer, not the most torque resistant. You can't just hammer on it and expect it to fade back, but I should say it's very torque resistant actually, but it doesn't fade super hard. So you can work it, know that you can hit it hard, but it's not just gonna come dumping out of the flight. It's gonna hold the line a little better than a disc like the Horny Toad, even though the Horny Toad can complement it greatly when you do need that dependable fade. A little extra inertia. Found myself on the long side of circle 1. Man, that's a putt that I don't know I can get to stick. In years past, the grippiness of this plastic has not failed me yet, and I swear it's raised my putting percentage by at least 5 to 8%. I'm gonna let y'all go back, look at all the questionable putts you've seen so far in Vlogmas, count how many stuck, do the math for me. I'd like to see it in the comments tomorrow. You might get an extra special care package from me. Hole 7's a beautiful one, dead straight on a tunnel for 404 feet, perched on one of those pillars that we saw in the previous 2 holes ago. I'm not sure if there's any out of bounds or anything here. Looks like just kind of a wood line on either side. Really shapes for a late flipping straight hyzer. The Frio, I'm feeling is gonna be a great option. Gotta figure out my footwork. These tees are just slightly short for a tall guy like Connor. Can I get the flip up? Oh, I flipped a little bit, but I had the nose just up a bit. And that tree saved me from finding myself in the rough. I'm gonna have a long open bid. See if I can squeeze the jumper here. There's a low canopy, so I don't know if I can get through without getting lucky off a little branch kiss. No, not even close to the height, but a par on a tough par 3 like this is just fine. Invisible mini marker, you guys saw it. Oh, what are we doing? We know what to do in the elevated basket. Pump fake. Yak. Shout out to Kobe. Don't really have the time to run up and scout all the blind holes here, but I can at least get a general shape for what's going on. Try to keep it in the fat part of the fairway here. 360-ish foot par 3. Push it out straight, late fade. Couple tree trunks here on the right side to keep you honest in the early middle part of the flight. Going with the midi. I think I love it. Let's find out where the basket is. Hopefully the midi did it for us. I feel like I had to have caught a late tree kick off of this guy because the way that disc was tracking on the hand, it's mathing up to be right under the basket, but you know, here I am, crept inside the circle. I'll move this log out the way, get myself a stance. Not able to connect. I'm blaming the tree. That disc should have been like right there. Either way, like the shot out of my hand, did what I wanted to. And yeah, we're gonna blame that tree trunk because we got excuses every time. Hole 9's only 524 feet, but it says par 5, so hard to say based off this initial look what makes the hole so tough. Once we get up there, I'm guessing it's gonna either have some out of bounds or just some really tight tunnels leading up to the basket. I keep wanting to throw the roller, but that down tree I feel like is gonna get in the way. So I'm gonna go big forehand with my straighter warbird. Try to just put it in the fairway, just at that corner. That's exactly what I'm looking for, soft ground play. Let's see what we're left from there. A couple options here. I'm gonna take this wide open left side where I have only a couple late trees to deal with. Even if I'm on the back side of them though, I'll have a 20-footer. Horny toad, try to get at the hop. I got cute, tried to throw it in. Fortunately, the horny toad doesn't have too much ground play most of the time. Settles in nicely. We've got these magnificent oak trees surrounding the green here. What a beautiful spot. And you know what, technically, I took a birdie. Can't tell me I didn't. Said par 5. On to the next. Hole 10 is a 506-foot par 4. Similar shape to the last one. Not exactly sure how it finishes, but I think the tombstone's gonna be a little bit too much disc here. I don't need all that. I'm gonna go to my flat top spur. This one Definitely noticeably straighter than the ones that have a mild dome, but I think they complement each other. This one's good for those hyzer flips when you get in the woods. See it pop to flat, still has that spur integrity late. We can work with that. We got a rooster going off over here. That means we're racing daylight. And I just put the bull snake back in my bag because I was missing that kind of sake bomb slammer type shot I used to have. And this thing is gotta be the most overstable rounded edge putter, a rounded top wing putter I've ever seen. Check it out, little fan grip, force over out of the hand. Look at that fade, so hard every time. Grips on the ground pretty nicely in that V1 plastic. Pro tip, could have put it inside the bullseye here, but I wanted to be just outside so I can get this Circle 1 putting stat. Blue bonnets, all day. Never a doubt. The bull snake, you need a disc that just doesn't fly and you know it's gonna fade every time. It's a great option in that approach category. Hole 11 is a true gauntlet hole. You gotta essentially push it dead straight for around 400 feet before a slight break back to the left. They call it a par 4, so if you're crazy enough, you can maybe eagle this one, but I think pulling out a distance driver, the amount of width you need to fly in this fairway, it's gonna be troublesome and kind of just a gamble. So I think the fairway driver that you can get to hit flat, barely hold to the right, and then finish back out flat left is gonna be the shape here. Alpha Frio should get the job done. Using the left side of box to open up the gap here. Flipped it off right, but I think I got to a workable position. Can still maybe take birdie. I'm gonna figure out that Frio, and it's gonna be dangerous when I do, promise you. Man, seeing this one again, it truly is aceable par 4. Kind of a super challenging, like Pro Tour style par 3 maybe, on the upper end of the difficulty spectrum. Hyzer, armadillo. Man, a little bit missed. Got through the trees, nestled up for another one of those kind of birdies. This is a fun green. I can imagine when it's raining and the water's coming through this hole. I wonder if they play it casual, hopefully. But either way, I really like this setting of the green here. And so far, those Mach 7s are holding up. I can dig them, you know? Good visibility, good enough catching where you're not really questioning them. You feel confident in them. And I like that it's kind of a more narrow hit box, it feels like to me. Makes you really dial it in, get somewhere around the pole if you want to catch. At 232 feet, I believe hole 12 is the shortest hole yet. Tucked around to the left side, just out of view. If you can fly in front of that oak trunk that you see there on a right-hand backhand hyzer and fade in front of it, should be good to go. Alpha horny toad here. Little inside, but probably not a bad thing on a hole as tucked left as this one. Should be putting. Fluffed that one out of the hand just a bit, but open window amidst the little skinny trees over here, about 50 feet. Man, I love how much I can trust the bloom on it. Hanging out right, swings back every time like a heat-seeking missile. I mean, really happy to clean up on the green on a hole where I totally left one on the table off the tee. And that's why you work on having a well-rounded game. So no matter what the course throws at you, you feel good about your chances. Hole 13 is such a delightful one. 2 feet shorter than the last one at 230. You got this eroding cliffside to avoid. Don't want to kick off to the left there. Go swimming with the alligators that are now moving in, new residents in HTX. I got this V2 pinny I just put in to be slightly straighter than my other pinny. And let's watch it work here. Yeah, little turn angle on the hand. I needed to really be flat there, but didn't want to risk the left side, so I'll take a little safe putt on this one. Overturned, but still inside circle one. Use that rhythm, make sure to time the lower body with the upper, and make sure to head to Lone Star Disc, pick up a blue bonnet, pick up a penny putter. Hole 14 is just shy of 300 feet. There's a dry creek bed in front of the basket. Not sure exactly how much elevation it offers. And you really have to move the disc from the left to the right gently throughout the flight. I'm gonna play forehand right at that tree to beat out there in the open with my horny toad. I love the extension of my approach disc on forehand this disc has allowed me. I can hit it very firm and be very sure of it. And watch out for that drop off after the tee. Oh my God, I thought I was gonna hit that tree. Snuck around it, that should be great. All right, forced to straddle by this bush on my left. Find myself what feels like shallow C2. Swing better. Nope, not that time. Not a bad disc choice, a little bit more height, and I might have beat these bushes, got up onto the shelf here. Next time, maybe I'll play the backhand just because I can get it to hold in the air for a touch longer and get up top. Really like this hole though. Definitely one of my signatures so far. Par here, on to the next. Is this what happens out here? Hole 15, 2 straight holes where you have a pretty big jump up, almost a full foot at least, off the back, and then just falls down to these stairs in the front. So effectively, I mean, you maybe get kind of a 3-step run up if you're trying to balance like a ballerina at the end, or you take just a crunch little 2-stepper or something. Odd choice for a 431 foot par 3 that you have to obviously get some power on. I'm gonna go Seguin, channel my inner Corey Ellis, see if I can get fortunate through these tree trunks and get the ground play. That's probably required here. Big skipper dipper. Oh, we're deep. Scrambling. I found a pretty hairy position over here. Looking back at the tee, seeing the shape of this one, I don't know, don't love it. Don't really understand why this one's a par 3 and some of the other ones are par 4s. Horny toad coming in. Watch out, basket. Oh, that guardian tree said, nah, I got your back, basket. Don't worry. You won't be assaulted by Connor's horny toad yet. Next shot, though. We're coming. Blue bonnet from deep. Wow. I flailed that one up there. It might be my worst putt of Vlogmas so far. Another beautiful sunset brought to you guys by Vlogmas. You're welcome, you filthy animals. Ooh, and a bogey, kinda, on this oddly designed hole. I'm gonna go ahead and vote that my least favorite so far. But the rest of the course so far, a lot of fun, good variety, good challenge. I think most of these tee signages are catered to the shorter pins on these holes, because this one is definitely into that 360 foot range, says 270. You gotta play a right hand backhand hyzer towards that back wall, fade early. The spur is about to showcase what it can do, tailor-made for this line. Get around the trunks. Oh, that was just what I was looking for. If I could have beat those 2 trunks, I'd have been putting. This is a ugly position here, less than 100 feet, right around that range, and truly nothing in the air to get to the basket. I'm gonna go for the armadillo, try to roll it off some roots. Who knows what can happen? Asking for Vlogmas miracle. Just gotta land it on some cut. Or the opposite of cut, some turn. It jumped, wrong direction. All of a sudden the course is testing me, you guys. Circle 2 look for par on a pretty difficult par 3. Now I know you'd rather push the back wall likely than deal with this hairy inside corner. Left foot step through. Just shy. Armadillo makes for a great mini marker as long as your card's okay with it. Hole 17 is a par 4, 457 feet, tucked off to the right, out of view. And you know what? The D2 toad's been sitting in the bag all day waiting to fly, so it's his turn. Forehand just around the corner. Not sure what it looks like, so I'm choosing a disc that'll have minimal ground play. I love it, come on. Now, for a blind feeling, or a blind shot, feeling wise, it did what I wanted, so let's see how well I know the course that I don't even know. Well, I gotta throw a sky-high U-turn. This one really veers and curls back, like the tip of a question mark, reversed almost. I'm gonna go to that V2 penny putter. Should really hold on the angle, work its way right. Oh man, I was pushing it too deep there. I needed to be inside of that first trunk that I missed wide of. Such a tough shot, so pinched. Next time I gotta really push the left side of the fairway to open up the angle into the green, because the right side doesn't give you much. C2 look to save birdie. Thought I sunk that thing in there. If anyone has been watching Vlogmas and has gone to Lone Star Disc and purchased a disc because they saw me throwing it and they thought it looked good and they wanted to try it out, I really want to appreciate you guys and say thank you for supporting that local US made product. Gotta settle for par here. Just off on the tee. Knowledge of the course is huge, so always practice before you play a tournament. I wonder who lives in there. This is another one of those James Conrad special tee boxes. You gotta jump a full 18 inches on this bad boy. Landed the two-step run-ups here at Texas Army Trail. And this is the site of that Paul Ulibarri ace at Texas State's. He played his forehand out high, smashed the chains, and it looks like a good line to me, especially with this restricted run-up. Deliver the forehand, a little bit less legs needed. Watch your step. Woo! No T sign here. I'm guessing fairway driver distance on that forehand. We're gonna say 333, you know, because we like when stuff adds up like that. Hanging it out over the OB, taking my spur. Another condensed run up. I like it. Come on. Okay, I got into that tree canopy, but fought through. I believe I found myself right at the basket. Another birdie look. All right, I wouldn't be playing in Texas without at least one kneeling putt, so I'm gonna get here just to make it more comfortable on this shot. See if we can end day 14 with a bang. Bing, bang, boom. For all you mathematicians at home adding it up, this is probably the one out of 90 outside putts that's fallen out, so good job so far from that plastic, holding on. That's gonna be it for today's Vlogmas programming. This has once again been Texas Army Trail, right in northwest Houston. It's a good option if you like playing in the woods, kind of warming up with a few open holes first. A few holes in there I'd like to see tweaked a little bit, and you know, those baskets were gonna get a solid review till that last putt. They took a little notch down there. No, just playing. Use your air. It was wide. Can't expect everything to catch like that. Got to be on the pole. And thanks you guys so much for watching. Thanks to Lone Star Disc for not only supporting me, but providing some extra saddle up subscription box giveaway stuff. So we're not just having our 6 major days, but we're filling in almost every day of Vlogmas with some type of giveaway. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to share it with your friends, you know, someone that's trying to get into disc golf or someone that you have that itch to want to go play with. maybe show them one of these videos, see if there's anything in there that they like, and if not, maybe they'll just hate me and think I suck, and you know what, that's okay too. I can take it. Thanks, y'all.